Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of January 2023. I hope all my Virgos are doing well. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Five of Cups, clarified by the Five of Wands. In the challenging position, we have the Queen of Wands, clarified by the Chariot. In the present position, we have the Temperance card, clarified by the Fool. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Six of Cups, clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So let's get right into this spread. I also do like that at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Pentacles. There's a reward that is coming towards you. It may be an opportunity. It may be a new door opening for you in your personal life or in your professional life, but there's definitely quite a lot to look forward to. So in the past position, dear Virgo, you do have the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. And the number 5 in tarot is about change that happens to all of us in our life, and how that change affects us and how we react to what is going on. Of course, the Five of Cups is a card that reminds us of disappointment. We do see this person standing with 3 cups spilled over, but what this person doesn't see is that the divine left the bridge back home. So not everything is lost when we sometimes, think that it is, when we experience kind of disappointment in other people or in situations. We sometimes, think that we've lost everything when in fact it is just stress that is inside of us that is kind of confusing us and allowing the emotions to just run wild. Many different people are so scared of change that they would go, completely out of their way to avoid change at all costs. Virgo, you are stronger than that and very, very smart, but sometimes you do kind of need to step back and let go so that your mind and your body can reset itself and see a new perspective. Sometimes the fastest way to progress forward is to actually step back. We do see in the clarifying position the Five of Wands, which is a card that tells me that the reason of this loss is because there was some sort of a disagreement, maybe clashing of personalities, people just not seeing eye to eye. Sometimes that happens in our personal life or at work or with our friends. Definitely it's important to remember that even though you may have lost something in a process of a conflict that kind of affected you pretty significantly, you've also gained as well. You've gained in perspective, you've gained in your skills, in your know-how, and you're going to be rewarded. Like I said, at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Ace of Pentacles, which is going to bring you some sort of a reward in terms of maybe you'll have more stability, maybe you'll have abundance of attention coming in from someone. But there is definitely a reward that is coming through for you, dear Virgo, towards the end of January. Now, in the challenging position, we have the Queen of Wands, clarified by the Chariot. So very interesting combination, because the Queen of Wands is telling me that you may have a dominating woman in your surroundings, in your environment, that is kind of confusing you or creating, a low vibrational energy within you, including lack of focus, including maybe overwhelming you in a certain way, if you will, dear Virgo. There's clearly some lack of security that you'll be experiencing. There may be some, lack of confidence that you are experiencing in the month of January, which is absolutely quite normal. Your confidence will return and you will be your, normal, charismatic self that, is not afraid to take on the world. But at the moment, with the movement of the planets, you in a certain way, you may feel a little bit overwhelmed, like you have quite a lot of tasks that you have to do. And so as a result of that, you could be developing a little bit of lack of motivation, to get everything done. The chariot in the clarifying position is also bringing up the issue of lack of direction. You may be sort of in a holding pattern at the moment that makes you question everything. Sometimes, if you're not really used to holding patterns, those things occur as you go through life, and sometimes they're quite inconvenient. The worst thing you have to do is to wait for something, especially when you don't understand, but why am I waiting when I can be, moving forward already? Sometimes you do have to wait, and the universe has its mysteries, but it generally puts you in a holding pattern when something better, something much more beneficial for you, is reserved for you. So generally the holding patterns occur when things behind the scenes are working themselves out, and when they do, the outcome you're expecting is actually going to be much better than you realize. In the present position, we have the Temperance card, which is another hint from the universe to, take moderation to heart. The Temperance card is all about patience and balance and avoiding, overextending yourself and avoiding, doing everything at once, if you will. The Temperance is all about proceeding forward cautiously, and making sure that you kind of appreciate things that are coming to you, and not really jumping, into a situation too quickly, too fast, because your life is coming together. That's what Temperance is all about. She's an angel of protection, and it's not by coincidence that she's appearing in the present position for you, dear Virgo. You do have a new beginning that is coming. That is why you have the Fool. And generally, as long as you live, you constantly evolve. Therefore, you constantly have to heal, and you constantly have new beginnings of new cycles, because you're growing and you're maturing and you're achieving and you're succeeding. And as you go and as you learn from different lessons, the universe helps you see things that you haven't seen before, because you weren't at that level of vision before. You've reached a new level. That's why you have a new door opening for you, which is in the form of the Fool in the clarifying position. So, you're seeing something new, you're experiencing something new, and that is why you have the Six of Cups in the future outcome position, because there's something in the past that has to be redone or revised, but there's something that's coming back from the past regarding how you work with people or deal with people or live with people. But there may be like an actual visitor from the past that shows up at your door. It may be that you are traveling to visit someone from the past, because there's something that you need to kind of a situation that you need to bring to a completion. But the Fool is a reward from the divine, because he brings that new innocence. He brings that childlike approach to things, which the universe gives you as a helpful tool. Because when you have a childlike approach, you're able to see solutions that may not be visible to a person who takes things very, very seriously. So definitely there is a lot of healing that is happening. Your balance is reaffirming itself. It's returning. You're finding abundance that is flowing to you, because remember the the angel of temperance is standing one foot in the water, and water flows everywhere. It goes from streams to rivers to oceans. Water is representative of abundance that is flowing. And you may be kind of finding your way back home as well because of the Six of Cups. You may be starting to feel like you used to feel. You may be realizing those emotions are not, forgotten or lost. Maybe some emotions are returning to you, making you feel stronger, therefore, making you feel more healed as well. Definitely there is some kind of a organized activity, some kind of teamwork, some kind of maybe collaboration that you may be having with people towards the end of January. So be aware of that, dear Virgo. Let's see what we can clarify with an angel oracle card that I pulled earlier today. And we have wait, which of course is a card of the holding pattern. You are waiting as something is happening or what have you. You are waiting for the universe to realign. You are waiting for everything to be just in the right order before you go forward, because that is when you will receive the best, most optimum situation for yourself. Now, I also pulled a mystical wisdom card, which is all about living your life to the fullest. Dragonfly. Definitely make sure to remember that when you slow down, you tend to appreciate a lot more things that may be around you. And so, try to simplify things. Don't make things so complicated because, life to begin with is a temporary adventure. Regardless of what you achieve and how far you climb and, everything that happens, the number one reason you're here is to learn, is to appreciate the world around you, the nature around you. And that's the best way to stay in your own frame, to stay in your own kind of mind, to be strong, is to be connected with nature. That nature is the saving grace. Nature is what saves your soul ultimately, because it connects you with something bigger than yourself. And it's important to, be aware, be appreciative of nature, be kind to nature, slow down, find that moment of stillness, because we live in a really busy world, which is nothing but a distraction. The world is designed to distract us. Your entire life you spend being distracted only to realize that it's the simple things that ultimately matter the most. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Virgo. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you soon.